Yeah, I just wanted to say to everyone, like, thank you guys so much for just like such an awesome reception for the video premiere. Like, it meant a like hell of a lot to me. So yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
like,
it was
amazing.
a really nice reception we had.
I think because I was gonna, like, just before we did this, I was gonna just put out like a little thank you story thing anyway, and you know, I was gonna say that actually, especially because of the input that I had with the visuals, like it means like so much to me, that, you know, everyone received it well. Nobody seems to need any kind of intensive therapy afterwards as well, which is great. We don't know the long-term effects of this video. Well, let's be real, but you know, anyway, I take no responsibility, as I've already said. You know, but no, thank you guys. I like literally, I have just like nothing but pure love for everyone right now.
Yeah, I've got a few messages about the track as well before the video as well, saying people really love the track as well. So, I mean, I love it. Like, if I love it, then why shouldn't everyone else? You know?
But exactly, and you know, for me, being I firmly believe I am like my biggest critic, right? And it takes a lot for me to be even just okay with something that I've had input with or that I've done. So the fact that I literally dig this track so much, I listen to it in my spare time, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel almost like borderline narcissistic because I'm jamming along to my own. It's such a sick track.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You know,
I wouldn't say that's narcissistic.
It says a lot, you know.
And that word has just been thrown around every 2 minutes these days, so it doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, yeah, it's a wicked tune. For me, like, it's different. The thing that I don't like about it, if I could be my own critic about this, the mix down, is like I wanted the basses to like sound a little bit better, a little bit more modern, maybe. I don't know, but I sort of prioritise the drums more in this one than I normally do. So like all those like sort of jungle breaks and things, they're like more in the forefront, I suppose, which I've not really done before in other songs.
Totally. I love it. It's interesting, isn't it? Because like with the whole thing of like you being your own biggest critic, because like these things that you're pointing out to me are not flaws in the slightest. Like I literally love the track for what it is, like, and for what you've actually done in terms of sound design with it. In regards to myself, I mean, I'm just hyper sensitive of like my own vocals, especially. So if I hear anything, even if it's like a millimeter flat, because I didn't use any like new tone or like auto. I mean, obviously there's like compression on them, but I didn't really do anything to those vocals. So I kind of left that to you, which as we know, you like to just leave them as untouched as possible as well. So for me, I'm like hyper aware. I'm like, oh my god, was that a tiny flat?
Is it Iana or Lena 01? I think that's your friend.
Lena is.
I love Lena,
amazing.
Absolutely. Is it a she or he or she? Lena, I love you because you just said it's like Justin Hawkes took over you, mate. And that is the biggest compliment because he's a fucking sick producer. That Better Than Gold track that he did is like, oh my god, I play that one out all the time now.
Honestly, like I've got seriously the support that that Lena shows me literally on a daily basis is honestly, it's like life-changing. It means so much to me. It's actually really nice for me to have the opportunity to like say this publicly. It means a hell of a lot, and that goes for literally everyone that
OVE Random or Ove Random as well. I see you commenting a lot, so thanks for your support too, bro.
You're amazing, man. Honestly, absolutely awesome. Like for someone like myself, I can't articulate this enough, because I'll be really honest, like with you guys. Like obviously, I do internally, you know, I do kind of struggle with confidence sometimes. And so it honestly does wonders for me to hear support and just positive, like, kind words. It really does
now I have the opportunity to ask you a little bit more about the video filming process, because I didn't really ask you much about the story behind it, because I wanted to save it a little bit for a live stream maybe. So give us like a 2 or 3 minute rundown story of like the shooting day.
Okay. Honestly, okay, so I'll give a rundown now. I think in the future, what would be absolutely hilarious and awesome to do would be if I can wrangle Ollie into Most Hidden into doing a kind of a dual like live account of this, because I know that his narrative of this would be absolutely hilarious. So what happened is I had this idea in mind. In fact, talking with Lena the other night after the track had been released, he hit the visuals so accurately on the head. Obviously, I hadn't told him anything in terms of what, you know, visually the song kind of represented. But he was like, you know, oh, it sounds like you're being lost in a forest, you know, like a dark place. And I'm like, bro, that is like so accurate to the visuals I had in mind. So what I wanted to do is have these two contrasting, essentially, in the video, these two contrasting like dimensions, I guess, of being both this wild kind of enriched place, like full of like like luscious kind of vegetation, combined with these like snapshots of being in essentially what's a similar place but not decimated and like dead and cold. And I think because the whole thing sort of represents how, I mean, the idea of the jungle, again, being this kind of luscious place that's rich and full of life and vibrancy. It doesn't matter where you are, it's where you are in your head that counts, and you can be somewhere like that physically in person, and yet it can still be the coldest fucking place on earth. And that's what what I wanted to get across, is you can be alone anywhere in the, like, I know that's a really bleak concept, so I'm really sorry, but I'm not renowned for being overly truthful with my kind of,
big up my little bro Lucas in the house. You know. So what about
man,
because did you have to sneak into that location, or can you tell us a bit about the actual location that you got for the video?
Totally. I
That's
apologise,
okay.
I did digress there a little bit, and I didn't actually answer the question. Thank you. So filming the kind of the dead, dark, foresty parts, that was relatively straightforward because we didn't have to sort of illegitimately gain access to anywhere to be able to do that. Unlike the rainforest scenes, whereby we had to find a rainforest, which, as you can imagine, being in the UK is it's a bit of a challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge, man. And there is a place, shout out to it, that is not far from where I actually live.
Wow, that sounds
the Living Rainforest. Big up the Living Rainforest, man. I does what it says on the tin. It is like literally an indoor rainforest. So me and Ollie kind of had to blag our way in. And we only got there literally, I think they were about to close. And I'm really sorry to the Living Rainforest for this, but obviously needs must. So we got there and I basically had to make out that I was, which I am, it's not a lie, a bird fanatic, because they had loads of different species of birds in this rainforest. Well, this is the thing. What basically I kind of gave the impression that we'd driven all the way from
how long
Glasgow
had you driven from?
to come and see this.
It's still
not, like about an hour, so really not anything. So, but I mean, it adds to the intensity if I'm like, we've driven like 8 or 9 hours because I wanted to come and see this particular.
Good. No, good. I love it.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I didn't have to get that far because when they said they were closing, and I just exclaimed, "Oh no!" So I'm not going to get to see I don't even remember what those species of it's some. It sounds like
when you go to try and get into Berghain in Berlin, and you have to like make up this story about how far you came from and who it is which DJ is playing and which one you want to see. You're like, that one, yeah. I've been listening to him for ages.
You got it spot on. I think it was and I looked really devastated when they said that they were about to close. And I think it was my weird obsession with pigeons that I was putting across, combined with the fact that obviously I was dressed in my full
Did you have the eyes in
with the
already?
eyes, you know, the contact.
I was about to ask that as a joke,
man.
but you actually already.
I literally turned up like that.
You know, you've got their attention already, haven't you?
That's it. I'm like an alien pigeon fanatic.
They probably were just like terrified.
The poor guy.
Just please don't hurt us.
He was like, I'm just not even going to argue. We'll just let them in. It's fine. I'll just, because if it was me, I just want a quiet life. I'd be like, look, just the guy with the camera in the alien, just go in. I just don't care. Okay, just whatever. At which point we did get told off for playing drum and bass too loudly.
They thought you were trying to start a rave, didn't they?
They were like,
can you play something a little more Ella Fitzgerald, please?
She goes, could you please not play that drum and bass so loudly, because we have nesting baby birds in here.
We have a maximum of 116 BPM limit.
Yes, like literally that, honestly. Like -9 decibels maximum, please. I'm like, okay, sorry. But it was a great day. We were, you know, we got some great shots, and I can't tell you how impressed I was with Most Hidden, with Ollie and his editing skills and what he did initially, because obviously when they told us to turn the music off, I didn't have the music, so I had to just try and
so you were trying to remember
like,
the speed
sing the words.
Doing it, right? Okay, yeah.
In the speed of it, it was exactly.
Almost perfect.
So massive.
You know, the lip syncing on the video. There's like a couple of parts where it's like slightly, but like, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, who cares, you know?
Honestly, I think for what we set out to achieve, we definitely managed to achieve that. So yeah, it was
also
amazing.
actually,
and then,
because Brendan says, love the artistic mind of this music video. I wanted to give a little like
thank you.
memory of how the actual first idea for the song started. Because I was actually I was at a rave in Berlin. Two of my friends, Tommy Lexus and DJ Keen, were playing. And they're playing some proper like jungle tracks. And I was like, I hadn't been out for ages. I've been like a hermit for like a year, just like making YouTube videos. And then I went out, and then I heard like I heard these like proper nice jungle tunes, and I was just loving it. I was on my own, just like raving in my own world. And I was like, fuck, I need to do something with a bit more like jungle drums. And then I texted you when I was there at the rave. I was like, Reebz, like we need to make a track that's like more a little bit of jungle style. And then you were like, yeah. And that was in like in October or November last year. So that's when the track like was born in my head anyway. And then like eventually like I got you to like try and make a song that kind of referred a little bit to jungle, and like having a bit of a like obvious hook in it, like which you just nailed, like with the I never knew it was so cold in the jungle. That was so sick. And then that's kind of how the idea was born, like back last year. And then we took a while to, when you sent that, it took me ages to like try and find like a bass hook, and like I had to like go away from the track for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I think you even messaged me to be like, "Are you still alive?" Because I've just gone like ghost.
No,
for, like,
no,
weeks, I just couldn't like think of anything to do with it.
No, man. Honestly, I listen. I just want to say, like, I mean, I totally understand that process, because I mean, I'm sure I told you before, but if I hadn't already, it took me like literally weeks to nail the initial basis of the idea, you know, of the kind of idea that I sent over to you, and get the vibe and the tone right. So, you know, like these processes don't often come quickly. Like there's no set way of going about things. And, you know, sometimes that can make me a bit anxious, because I'm like, like shit, how long does it take me, you know?
That's it.
But you know, you just gotta let it come naturally.
I remember the problem was when you sent it over, it was almost like a full track, and like although I could have like made the quality better with the basses and the drums and everything, like I still wanted to like inject my sort of funk into it somehow with like the bass line and shit. But it was like already like so much like a whole song. I struggled to like take it apart and redo it without like making it worse. So that was why I got stuck for ages. I was like, oh, I can't make it like better than it already is, because it was already like a good composition. I was like, how the fuck do I make it like more like mine, or like more inject my style into it? So that took ages to like figure out. But yeah, got there in the end.
That no, fair play. That's because I think actually in like inadvertently, like I kind of made, in that sense, like I've given you a fucking hard job to do, man, and I felt bad afterwards, because obviously like it wasn't, like you say, it wasn't just like a 30-second idea. It was literally like I'd structured a whole like song like kind of thing, and I can imagine actually then when you hear something, kind of getting that inspiration to like almost rework it, and like you say, like inject your own
yeah,
you know, your own flares into it. That's a hell of a challenge, man. So yeah, I mean, apologies, but also
no, it's
respect,
good that we just didn't rush it, you know, because it had to be a natural like the ideas weren't coming straight away. So I produced like 2 or 3 other tracks like and just put it to the side and just kind of forgot about it, and I had to like give it a few weeks and come back like and have another go at it. You know, it was important to take a few weeks away. That's why it took so long for us to go from start to finish, like conception in October or November last year to release in beginning of April.
No, it's not, and in fairness, in terms of the release, you know, I was having a really busy I remember, you know, us discussing in release. I swear it was even before a month ago, man.
It was in February. It was like the middle of Feb. I was in Cali in like Colombia, like another city. Since then, I've been like loads of different places since we actually finished it. But yeah, it was like I was like always like listening to it, like I can't wait for this for like a month, you know, just listening on my own. Just like I want to share it with people.
I had this kind of like weird little kick when I was like listening to it, and I was like, nobody yet knows in
I had the exact
how
same
awesome
feeling.
this
I was
is,
like,
you know, just wait to hear it.
This secret.
I just knew that's why I had to record my initial reaction, because I knew as well for what you had put into it, I knew it was going to be something like special. So I was like, that's it. I have to record how I feel towards this, you know. It was amazing, and like I say, the video, the appreciation, the love that everyone has shown for the video again means such a lot to me. It was I love doing the rainforest scenes, the actual dark forest scenes. If anyone is wondering, it genuinely was as cold as it looked.
I remember you said, I've still got the videos on my phone of you that you sent me after the day of the shoot, and you were just like, you almost had pneumonia.
I literally looked. I genuinely did. I was like, I actually think I might be in the primary stage of the hypothermia. It was so cold, but I just thought, well, you know, this is authentic, so yeah. That's it. Genuinely, it was unreal. But you know, for what we put into it, like the visuals, me and Ollie, and what we got out of it, and everyone's reaction to it is just like it is heartwarming, man. It's no longer cold in this jungle now.
We've rescued you from the jungle, Reebz, through the support.
We have. We're back up to temperate climate.
All right, amazing. And any final things you want to add, or just that was it?
No, it literally is just me giving back the love that I've we've received from everyone. It's been amazing, and yeah, I just
so much
just
silly,
couldn't feel happier right now.
Nice,
if I try.
Nice one for joining, bro. Yeah, we're kind of at the end of our talk now, but I'm going to leave this up, and I'll put this talk up on my YouTube as well, because I think some people will be interested in hearing us talk shit about the track.
Totally. I just want to add as well really quickly to anyone, if anyone has been saying anything in the comments that I've missed, huge apologies, as I probably made it like publicly obvious. Multitasking is not my strong point. I'm literally incapable of like reading stuff and talking at the same time. But yeah, if there is anything like anyone that I've missed, that anyone wants to say, like, you know, message me, whatever.
Amazing.
It'd be great to hear
all right,
from you.
well, thanks a lot for all your wicked work with the vocals and the visuals as well. And I look forward to
right back at you, man, with production and sound design
concepts that we can come up with.
Yeah, man, brace yourselves for
all
that.
Right, have a lovely day.
Yeah, you too. Big love, everyone.